Welcome to QSR Nation, your weekly dose of food service marketing tips and business strategies for success. Here's your hosts, Josh Anderson, Beth Oots, and Anthony Pierce from the PFS Brands National Headquarters.
Hey everybody, welcome back to QSR Nation. As always, we have Josh,
Beth,
and Anthony.
Yeah, here from the QSR and PFS Brands National Headquarters in Holtzman, Missouri, to talk about food service marketing and business strategies for success. Today, we have talked about radio in the past and doing radio ads and things like that, but today we're going to talk about frequency and how often it changes out and how often you need to wait really before you can actually see that ROI. So, Beth, you've had a lot of experience. Tony has as well. So, you want to take it away from there?
Sure. Radio, I'm a strong believer in radio. I think that it's still one of those advertising mediums that is not going to go away anytime soon. We've just kind of enhanced it with traditional radio along with Pandora and a lot of those other, just Spotify, anything like that. It's not going away. Everyone does have a way to listen to some form of radio advertising or music. Especially with radio, a lot of times people are expecting an immediate return on investment, and you're never going to get that. Like, you can really wish, but it's just not going to happen. You have to make sure that you're running an effective campaign for a very extended period of time, and you're able to be able to saturate the market, essentially. We have a business around here that runs an amazing campaign, and we always try and use this as an example, where every single person, if you talk to in our local area, knows this business by name because of their jingle. And it's one of those things where we always know what their special is, we know what their jingle is, and whenever they're on TV, it's just kind of a complimentary of, hey, I heard that ad on the radio, so now I'm going to go and I see this on TV, but they have very effective advertising with that.
I heard you were the one that kind of sang that jingle originally.
I did. It's been pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. One day I'll get all the royalties from that. But no, that did not happen. So.
Well, and you brought up a key point there is, making sure that jingle development is something that can really add effectiveness for recall, that top of mind awareness. But you're not going to gain that top of mind awareness without that frequency. So making sure that you're looking at the station mix in your area, you're looking at what those demographics are, and maybe you drop one station out of the mix because its cost per spot is significantly higher, and you can pick up two more for that same investment. So really working with like when our stores work with Beth and I, we look through that. We go through the different things with the reps from the stations and see really who's going to match up well with the demographics. But at the same time, at the end of the day, especially if you're in food service, everybody eats. So that's the glory of it. Your sales funnel is a lot wider in food service in that aspect that you can actually grab more people's attention. You can get them when they're hungry, get them for breakfast, get them on the ride home. Talk to them about dinner or picking dinner up. So there's a lot of opportunities there, but you've got to make sure you've got a lot of frequency. You want to make sure you have a good spread across the different demographics. If you like country but you don't like hip hop, that doesn't mean you don't advertise on the hip hop station. That top 40 station, those folks eat too. So it's a matter of not necessarily what you like per se as much as it is really reaching the consumer demographic base.
Definitely to emphasize what Anthony said is the schedule is so important. If you need help or assistance on making sure that you're getting the right schedule, we can certainly help you. Just reach out to us because there's no point in paying $1,000 for a radio spot if you are running at 3 a.m. because what's the likelihood that someone's going to be stopping by and eating breakfast or needing lunch at that time? You're not even open during that time. So just make sure that you're paying for a campaign that's during the right time.
Where would they reach out to you at, Beth?
They can reach out to us at mdf@pfsbrands.com, or they can call our MDF support hotline at 1-573-896-0300.
I actually never knew that number.
That's impressive. She remembered it. That's awesome.
I didn't even know that existed.
One thing that before we go that we want to talk about also is
I think you thought we were ending.
Yeah, I'm totally sniping the ending here. So this is like a bad eBay sale. But some of the inhibitions that folks will have with running a radio campaign can sometimes be the overall cost because you want to have a good, effective campaign. You can always negotiate. Find out what you want, what's going to work best, and then fight for what your budget needs to be. Mm-hmm. You can get value add pieces put in there at times to help offset things. You can help them a little. There's a give and take on both sides, but really fight for what your budget needs to be and you'll be amazed sometimes at how much you can save.
That's a good point. Just have a budget, stick to it, and never overextend yourself. If you have to.
Absolutely.
Last question. So I know it probably depends on budget and kind of your demographics you're going for and size, but how long should you wait till you start looking for that ROI?
I would probably, around 16 weeks out is whenever you can start measuring what your traffic count was and what your sales are, so you can start comparing it. But it's never going to be right away. Yeah. I mean, you can try and do some different campaigns that might be able to where you can gauge, hey, where did you hear about this special going on? But you're not going to get that immediate return like that.
Yeah, and if you're only going to run for, say 12 weeks, I mean, if it's like a specific event going on, then that's different. But to see steady growth year over year, if you're planning on being in less than 12 weeks, I'd say save your money and invest in a different medium, because you truly need that frequency and that bandwidth to get more people to take them through the sales funnel of, I heard you, I listened, you caught my interest, I'm thinking about it, to coming in and purchasing. So, really making sure that you give your consumer the time, because what it would be the worst thing in the world is to run for 12 weeks and then have a competitor run for 16, and you just took everyone that you've been prepping and put them in their store.
And on the flip side, too, if you have a radio sponsorship that you could do, that's going to be very effective for your local area. So let's say that you have a hometown football team that they have their own show that's broadcasted every Friday night, but yet they also, you have any of your local sports or local schools that are going to be doing that sponsorship all throughout the week. You can look at those opportunities that are much more affordable because it is a short time period, but yet you will be getting those spots and that recognition all throughout the time. And a lot of times, just like you said, they'll give you the added benefits, whether you're on their website or they're going to be on any of their different random promotions that they have going on, or even radio remotes that are happening throughout the school. So do look at those opportunities because they are much more affordable, but just know that they are very much shortened period of time.
Great tips. There you have it from the experts. If you have any more questions, reach out to us at mdf@pfsbrands.com, and don't forget to subscribe to QSR Nation at pfsbrands.com/podcast. And for Josh, Beth, and Tony, and everybody here at QSR Nation, we'll talk to you next week.
Stop by next week for another QSR Nation episode or visit pfsbrands.com.